who you're messing with? Do you know who you're messing with?
We live?
Yeah, we live.
We live, baby. EC Sports. What a beautiful day to be alive. How are you?
Oh, you can't see it. Oh, yeah, we can see it there.
We see up
it
there?
on TV.
Oh yeah, we are
Where
good
we
to
at?
go. We are at the Prairie Land Day Williams. We we just got water in the background. We just enjoying,
the 80s before the rain.
before it hits us. So
Yeah.
back at it with a new episode. Dion, Rick, EC Sports, man. We got some crazy stuff. I have literally been one big anxiety attack for the last 80 hours.
I wonder why.
Kawhi Leonard still hasn't made a decision on where he wants to play professional basketball next year.
Do you think that was a good move by him and his uncle to? I don't even know if they're prolonging it as more as. Are they doing it for show, or they really just don't know where the hell they want him to go?
If this is about Kawhi expanding his brand and being the biggest Kawhi he can possible, I wouldn't be surprised if they delayed it. They said, you know what, Katie, make your decision. That's cool. I'm literally going to make this a LeBron-type decision-making process. And I'm like, I can't be mad at it like that. Like, he left Jordan Brand because they wasn't paying him his money. New Balance wrote him the fattest check. He said, all righty with that.
Yeah.
So if this is truly about Kawhi expanding his platform, right, his brand.
But this dude is pro Lakers, so he's gonna say whatever is gonna lead him to the purple.
I wouldn't have this type of anxiety
like I did
if I didn't think there was a chance.
When Kobe almost came here, that's how you sound.
Oh my God.
You sound like
no, don't make that comparison, man. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Are you what?
That's scary.
Oh, okay.
Because it never happened.
Yeah.
Kobe never went to the Bulls. But if you're saying that's the same level of anxiety, right?
That is.
Because the Luol, dang.
No, I'm just mean the story. The storytelling, your propaganda.
Yes, my propaganda.
That you throw out is Laker propaganda.
No, that is
therefore, you're going to
factual.
say whatever sounds good to rotate the gentleman to the Lakers. Now, as you know, I used to call him Kawak.
Yep.
I used to really do my best to displace my anger towards that gentleman because of what he did in San Antonio. But I ain't got nothing else to say about him. That's Mr. Leonard to me.
Right.
He's a beast. I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes. Wherever he goes, he's going to change that team by himself because let's be realistic and honest. I've said this on numerous occasions. Toronto, take him off. You got Kyle Lowry and Marc Gasol.
Oh, my God.
That's not a team that you're going to be like, yeah, that's going to the championship.
That's scary.
Especially with Boston, whoever they were last year.
They're also maxed
Milwaukee
out on cap
and
space,
Philly.
bro.
Yeah, so that team was coached well, and Kawhi just did whatever he wanted. And he beat the teams that everybody says that were supposed to beat him in Philly, Milwaukee, and Boston. So
you asked me, how do you feel about him, taking his time?
I like it. I wish Kevin Durant wouldn't have. I feel like Kevin Durant shouldn't have came back. He shouldn't have gave a damn about what everybody said.
Right.
I think he should have sat home, rested his leg. He knew it was more serious than everybody thought.
Yeah. Kawhi don't care about what you got to say.
It's his life. It's his body, and that's what he should have did. And it's his time. And that's what he's doing. He's a free agent, and he's free to take long and do whatever he pleases. And I commend him on that. And I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes. If he goes to the Lakers, it's going to be like, because I want the NBA to be back like how it was. It's going to be a lot more than I. I just want it to be more competitive.
True.
And with him in the East or on another team where he has to work, I think it'll be a more competitive league. But at the end of the day, I am a Lakers fan as well, but I want.
You're a Lakers fan?
Yeah, I'm a Laker fan, but because Magic and Bird is the reason I started watching basketball.
We have a special guest joining us today. As you said, we are out in Prairie.
Magic and Bird. I've said this on every show. I mean, if you don't know who Magic and Larry Bird is at my age group, then you don't know what basketball is. Back in the day, I feel like I'm older than
Couple years.
I am, but they used to have the Lakers and the Celtics back to back on Channel 2. Because the Lakers obviously were 9:30, and then if the Boston Celtics were playing, they'll play like them against Detroit, and then they'll show you Magic after that, Magic and Kareem.
Ooh, that's all you had.
Obviously, Jordan was on. If you had cable, you could watch Mike, but before Mike, you had to watch Bird and Magic. So
wait, really?
Yeah.
Like even in Chicago?
Yes, you can watch. It was a national televised game. They would put the Lakers last, and then like Boston or Detroit, it'll be like the game of the week, so to speak.
But you couldn't catch Bulls games?
Yeah, you can watch the Bulls in the locally, but this
Oh,
is
okay,
before
I got
Mike.
you. Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
prior Mike, or like Mike rookie year, you didn't know who Mike was yet. So
Let me ask you this,
that's the
D.
reason.
Do you think that, do you have any problem or any issue with, because of Kawhi taking his time to make a decision, the log jam of all the other free agents that are waiting for the dominoes to fall? It's not like they're necessarily
Who's waiting, like for real.
So
like,
you got,
who's still not signed?
now that is a fair point. You got Boogie is still looking for a home,
True.
right? The Morris twins, actually one just signed.
I thought.
Marcus, I have a feeling he's waiting
Why
to
are
see
they
how that's
waiting,
going.
though?
I think there's ties
I
to
just-
either the Clippers or the
Where he
Lakers for
goes,
both of them.
Are they more waiting to see if they can play with him? Because I know they ain't waiting money wise.
Right. There's a lot of dominoes. So I guess no. I think your answer was perfect from the start. You said who's still waiting. Everybody
Yeah.
who actually wanted to go get their
Yeah,
bag, they went
exactly.
and got their
Yeah.
bag. So this isn't a LeBron thing where literally
No.
nothing moved.
Now I
until,
can see if KD was still out there,
Mhm.
or Kyrie was already. I mean, when Kyrie walked off the court against Milwaukee, he was on his way to Brooklyn. He had a ticket to to the Brooklyn that day, so that was obvious.
Kyrie
as
didn't
Dylan
care.
broke the news right in your face, and
Yeah.
you told him you know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
But-
right. That was a decent show.
Yeah,
Me
so-
fantasizing about Kyrie on
Yeah.
the Lakers, but
But yeah, that's not. I mean, and I'm hearing news about the Golden State Warriors already talking about trading.
yeah, D'Angelo Russell. We want to bring a quick couple new segments onto the show.
Mhm.
The first one is called "Did Not See That Coming." D'Angelo Russell getting traded to the Golden State Warriors is something neither of us saw coming.
No.
We thought Minnesota. We thought maybe he goes back to Brooklyn.
Lakers, even.
Right? Even the Lakers. The Golden State Warriors was probably back of everyone's mind at that
Yeah.
point. I mean, it's kind of smart on the Warriors' part so they can go and flip them again, like you
Yeah.
were alluding to.
Yeah.
But
They're
man,
gonna have to.
right? Like that's
right now.
it's one of the worst defensive backcourts.
But think about it. They need somebody to replace Clay.
Right.
Clay's not coming back anytime soon. He
Right.
tore his ACL. It's not gonna be a year like it used to be. But around January, when they can actually trade him, you're talking. He tore it in June, July. He tore it
Yeah,
in June.
late June.
It's possible because Clay is crazy. I heard in reference to his body,
Yeah.
and how he keep it. It's possible that 8 months he can come back, and if they're in contention,
Mhm.
but he has to ball out for this.
Clay has to come
plan
back to being
work.
Clay.
Yeah, and D'Lo has to ball out for anybody want to trade.
Facts.
And then it's kind of stupid to put out there. I don't know why these teams always put in the media
Why they
that they're
didn't?
going to trade
Oh.
someone, because then the other teams know, so they're not going to offer you,
Right.
the same get back because they know you want to trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and then look at Philly. What did they really get for Jimmy Butler? Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
It's not a good comparison.
I mean, Josh Richardson and what's left for Al Horford, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but
I-
that was that part of the trade.
no, I mean, I think
I'm
both
talking about
transactions.
but Jimmy was a sign and trade.
Yes, yeah, and Josh Richardson,
So you got rid of Jimmy Butler for Josh Richardson.
Orals for nothing. Jimmy said
Yeah,
Philly
true.
said they were going to offer him the max. I mean, but it's
Yeah,
all
you're right.
this,
But that's another thing. It's just
revisionist
like-
history with NBA front offices, and this was to your point exactly, that they come back and they say these things like the Knicks said, "Oh, we weren't going to go after Kevin Durant because we weren't going to offer him the max because we had concerns about how he would recover from Achilles surgery."
Right.
Hear about
What?
the Kawhi thing?
Right. Said they weren't going to go after Kawhi Leonard. Canceled the
Because-
meeting on Kawhi.
Cancel Kawhi because he wouldn't talk to them the day of free agency.
Then we was gonna
'Cause
be
they didn't want to mess up.
we're
other
gonna miss
free
out on
agents.
Julius Randle, who my dog, go get your money, big dog.
Dummies.
But
That's why they are who they are.
for Bob, who they get? They went and got Taj Gibson,
Taj Gibson,
Julius Randle.
Randle.
They got
and
a-
don't forget they got one more. Oh, they got Bobby Portis.
Yeah, Bobby Portis. They
From
just
the
wanted all the
Bulls.
forwards.
Yeah.
All
Because
the
got
angry
every
forwards.
Yeah, because Bobby Portis is a very angry man.
Are
I
you a
know
6'8" man with a chip on your shoulder
Go to the Knicks.
with one limited range?
With the angry coach as well.
Right. We
I
could
heard
all be.
Fizz got some anger too.
So
But that's what the Knicks are, man. They are far from. They blamed a lot on Isaiah Thomas, but
mhm.
they ain't doing too well when Isaiah left.
Right.
Shoot, at least Isaiah and them was winning something. At least going to the playoffs.
Speaking of Jimmy, was that not the most Jimmy Butler move of literally just replying to Chad Ochocinco's Twitter comment
What did he
about
say?
coming down to Miami? He says, I'm on my way. No, because he challenged him in FIFA, and he's like, all right, as soon as I get down to Miami to sign this contract, I'm right there after you. And I'm like, okay,
Wait, did he
all
say
right,
that?
yes, like
Did
that.
he say that before he
Yes,
signed?
that was before,
Wow,
like
that's
in the
gangsta
middle of
still.
people speculating.
That's
I have a
gangsta.
homie
And
that
nobody saw that?
everybody saw that, but it was like, is Jimmy just saying that? Like they don't have the money for
Yeah.
him. Pat Riley said, "Hang on one second, be right back."
To sign this
Man,
contract.
hey, I can't hate on Jimmy. Another guy who will do his thing and don't care about what anybody
Jimmy
has to
is
say.
in the right city. That's where he belongs,
Right.
Miami.
Perfect, right? Some
Yes,
players match up perfectly with they climate.
Him and AB, they're best friends, and Mark Wahlberg, all
Right.
of them kids. That's his boy.
He's
so.
a coastal guy.
So what's the other thing we're gonna do? The topic. I like that one.
Our second topic that we're going to bring to you guys weekly is I Told You So. And that's when we just reference back one of our takes over the past week or month or so. And we come back and we just remind y'all that we had let you know beforehand. Dion, what do you have for the people?
I told you the Bulls will fuck up free agency.
Yeah.
Told you. You want to run? I got Thaddeus Young.
Yep.
This is what the Bulls do. They sign former decent forwards outside of their freaking, what do they call that? Their prime.
Right. Yep.
For big contracts, just like they did last year, and traded them Jabari.
Yep.
Pau Gasol, Ben Wallace. You go all the way back to freaking Jalen Rose and Myron Mercer. Although Bulls Jalen was getting
he was
buckets.
decent.
That's
I think that was the first I remember
That was
Jalen.
my first year started going to cover the Bulls when Jalen and Brad Miller and Ryan Artest. But
the free
Tom
agency.
Saturansky.
Yes.
Saturansky, and this is a dude that gave him the business this year too. And then the last one before the most important one, Luke Cornett. They gave him a 2-year deal. Salary TBD.
We don't know. We just go bring him on.
Bring him on because he gave us this. This is the video.
Yeah, we got a video for you real quick. Him giving him buckets.
Robinson, and it's both their birthdays. Good ball movement here, leaving Cornett wide open. Knicks are 10 for 17 from three-point range. They have 54 points with 8.5 to go in the perimeter. Allen back to Cornett. Again, Sampson hesitated. Cornett takes advantage. He's 3 for 4 from downtown. Valentine wasn't played this year. Nice block, Cornett. His second rejection.
Cornett had 3 blocks the previous game to begin with.
Sometimes is Cornett. Now is the 3. Cornett with 4 3-pointers.
So clearly that deserves
that dude's
2 years
doing
TBD.
But that was against them.
Disclaimer, it's against a bad team.
And then, of course, we had to give Ryan Arcidiacono
3 years.
3 years.
$9 million. What kind of contract is that, man?
Bro, that was.
Is that a 2-way? Is that
that's playoff. That's a playoff.
Check.
Right
yeah. Right.
We're going to playoffs.
Come on. Bulls are.
How do they have their job, bro?
The title of this article that we're referencing the contracts from is how the Bulls are building a winning team of the future. I don't know if you know, but Thaddeus Young hasn't been relevant since he was in college. I'm sorry. Maybe Philadelphia, he had some value.
Maybe.
But once he started bouncing all over the NBA.
How long have you been in the league? Like 12, 13 years?
Thaddeus, I'd be surprised if he's been in the league for 10 years.
They might as well sign Powell again.
He's been in the league a long time.
He's been around.
They might as well sign Powell again.
Right. Bring Powell back for a year.
Powell said he recovering from his foot or whatever the problem is this time.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's my I told you. So the Bulls would fuck up playoff. Free agency.
Are you not excited about the potential twin tower between Luke Cornett and Larry?
Do you really wanted me to do a Rick walk-off?
7'7"
Do you
white
really
guys
want
holding
me
it down.
Do you watch the opening of our show?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't need one for me too.
Yeah, no, that's true.
All right.
That's true. We
Let's
might have to
keep it
spice that
moving.
one in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Not excited about that.
No,
Moving on. We're moving on for basketball
you
now.
don't have I told you so.
I told you I can't top your Bulls one right now. My I told you so. We'll come back to mine. I'll spice that one back in.
Oh, not the best.
No, not not yet. Not yet. You got to wait for that. Let's move over into some fighting, into some MMA.
Yeah.
We got John Bones Jones going for his third fight, third W of the year.
He called it. He said in December, I'm going to fight after he took the belt.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm going to fight 3 times in 19. I'm going to win all of those, and then I'm going to go up to heavyweight and whoop whoever's ass has the belt. Dan Cormier doesn't want to fight him.
No, I didn't even.
And he's the champ.
I'm sorry, Daniel Cormier. Like, I'm just asking a question. Yeah. This is an honest to God question. Is he in shape right now,
bro?
Like, is he whooping people's ass in that shape?
Yes.
Damn, man. Like, bro, literally look like
his only losses are John.
Yes, I'm aware.
People talk so much shit about him,
man.
But he be whooping dudes' asses. He's a Olympic wrestler.
Yeah.
What you don't understand with MMA is this: it's not just about fighting. If you can wrestle. That's why people say, "How is a wrestler?" Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was a wrestler.
Right.
He was a collegiate champion. People don't understand it when they talk about. I watch UFC crazy. CM Punk was a wrestler, a WWE wrestler. That's why he getting his ass whooped. Brock Lesnar was a wrestler.
People underestimate like wrestling.
John Jones was a collegiate champion.
See,
best fighter ever. You know what I'm saying? If you could take a dude down as your weight, you can go in the UFC. Period.
PSA. You see somebody that you remember from high school with the cauliflower ear?
That dude.
They know how to get down. You know, you probably grapple with them. They probably flipping you real quick.
Got this for the people that don't know. John Jones is 31 years old. I've been watching him since he was fighting at 20. 6'3", 205 has been this weight the whole time. He has some
on and off coke.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Exactly.
He kept his weight.
He even with cocaine, he was whooping ass.
Yes.
His only loss was a disqualification for elbows.
Yep.
Going down. But anyway, if you don't know who John Jones is, you might want to Google him because he's the beast.
You think he's the GOAT?
He is the GOAT.
You pound for pound, the best.
Greatest ever.
Best fighter ever, best mixed martial arts fighter.
I think, in my opinion, he's the greatest fighter ever.
Man.
All around, nonstop, best. He's just athletically gifted. He does things that other people don't do. I love Floyd Mayweather. That's what you're alluding to. But
he's a defensive fighter.
Floyd is a defensive fighter. Not that that's a wrong thing, but people that watch boxing understand that's great fighting.
Yep.
Everything is not a knockout.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything is about
it's
it's about your technique.
Mm-hmm.
John Jones has perfect technique.
Perfect technique
on top of outlandish things, like he'll do an elbow and knock your ass out from the back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas Floyd has his own technique with the shoulder. So
they
both are very instinctual fighters.
What you think of Thiago? He's 21-6. He's 35. Like, I'm sorry. Unless you are at the top.
His reach is 10 inches from what John's is.
Yeah. Like, John Jones has an 84.5-inch reach. Wow. Thiago has a 76-inch reach. I'm sorry, 6'3" with an 84.5-inch reach.
6'3" plus some inches.
Come on, man.
Plus his family. His brother is one of the greatest pass rushers in the NFL. Chandler Jones. His other brother is a Super Bowl champ, retired. So it's like they have it in the genes.
Yep.
He's the greatest fighter ever, in my opinion. And he's already, if you go to Instagram, he already promoting his after party before he whooped this dude's ass.
ESPN just did a quick story or an interview on John Jones, and he said his screensaver right now is a list of the longest consecutive win streaks in mixed martial arts history, and he is right now tied.
George, right?
Yeah, with GSP. Another black dude's on that list too. It slips my mind. Bald guy, smaller fighter.
Smaller?
Yeah.
Oh, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Yeah, that sounds like the guy. Yeah. And Jones, he's like, this is what fuels me. This is why he's taken 3 fights in a year.
Yeah,
He's been knocked down. It's been so clear how cold he is, and it's been so frustrating to watch him fall under his own demise.
That's the only reason. He's already beaten.
Man,
he beat the sleep the dude that they said, he really didn't win that fight. You know what? Let me bring him back, and he just handled his ass in 1 round.
Crazy.
Gustafson. So yeah, you can take that. He's not gonna fight the deaf dude that he was disqualified for, who's talking shit on Instagram, by the way.
Of course.
Hey, let's do a rematch. And John was like, bro, really?
We're past that.
He's like, I haven't even said nothing about you. You want to come at me? Like, I don't want to rematch with you. We all know how that fight was. So, he's gotten way better than what he used to be. He was a young dude. Give any 21-year-old a bunch of money. Fresh out of his parents' house.
All the women in the world.
So all the women in the world, exactly. And a vehicle, which I still do not understand why these dudes with millions drive. I would never drive.
It'd be a Sprinter. It'd be a Sprinter
I would
bus.
never drive.
They talking about, I'm pulling up in the front. No, I'm pulling up in a Sprinter. The driver's got the door, and he's letting everyone out.
You ever see LeBron James driving? Look at LeBron's Instagram. He's always got his hand, because he's in the back of a vehicle.
Yep.
I'm not driving.
Listening to someone's album 6 months earlier.
I'm going to pay my guy to drive me, and I'm sure my guy would be happy. You never see LeBron James driving.
LeBron probably in the back seat of his car right now listening to Kendrick's album that isn't even announced.
He has a freaking Sprinter.
Everybody just sends him music and he just listens to it to and from practice.
You stay out of trouble, man.
That's it. That is a perfect segue for the PSA. Don't drink and drive. Be smart in these streets, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all had a great 4th of July.
Sure
hate to turn it down a notch as far as the positives and all the excitement we're looking forward to, hopefully today and this weekend. I got a question, man. What the hell happened to the Chicago Cubs?
Who?
The Chicago Baseball Club.
I don't know.
On the north side.
You see the coach got kicked out yesterday.
Man, Joe, when Joe's trying to win, that is a clear, I'm trying to put some energy in the team.
$2, the pitcher.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The 120 million for 5 years.
We all know how I feel about you, Darvish.
Yeah. So
Darvish is a piece of garbage.
Right.
None of them are picking up their end of the bargain right now. Cole Hamels, he avoided a pretty bad injury. He's doing. I mean, Cole Hamels is also 36. It was only a matter of time.
What have I said about you, Darvish?
Yeah, Bucket Boy. I'm gonna put a Bucket Boy banner alert going right across.
With his stupid face across it.
Anytime you get a Bucket Boy reference, everyone enjoy an adult beverage, but not while you're driving. But yeah, man, it's just so fun. Now they're a game behind Milwaukee. Yeah, game behind Milwaukee, and which is hilarious. Dropped 8 of 11 and still only 1 game behind. They weren't up by that many games to begin this slide.
No.
They need the All-Star break like, the desert needs water right now.
Is it the pitching? Is it the
pitching?
It is.
They're getting blown the hell out of games. Cincinnati's lighting them up, Pittsburgh's lighting them up, and it's against teams that's like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why are teams that aren't even sniffing the playoffs lighting the Cubs pitching up in the days that when they do give up 11, the bats are nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
So, Chris Bryant, need you to wake up, buddy. You supposed to be
going on 3 years,
the best athlete in Chicago.
How long has it been since his MVP season?
This is year 3 now, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Year 3 now, KB. You're in the All-Star game this year. I'm going to say that yes, you deserved it, but I need you to be back to being an MVP, dog. Like, let's keep it real. Javi has been the best hitter on the Cubs.
Javi's doing his job.
Y'all promoted Chris Bryant like he was the golden cattle. Like he was Jesus Christ superstar coming in, and we ain't got to worry about nothing else. And don't get me started about Tony Rizzo, man. Every year, he starts off slow as a molasses and then picks it up enough to the end of the year where his stats look good. He's done well this year by keeping them home run numbers up, but dog, you can't be about 240 and you only hitting about 30 home runs year in and year out.
Yeah.
I need you to put a 4-piece up, man.
30 ain't nothing no more.
30 ain't nothing no more. Bryce Harper hitting 211 and probably he's gonna hit 40 home runs.
What's wrong with Stanton? I'm not to segue to the game.
Yeah, I mean,
is he hurt? They say he's not coming back till August.
He is he is a fragile, built man. Everybody,
Don't
we see
look
this
like it.
in sports all the time. People built like Greek
Who holds?
gods, and you stick a pin in them, and then they crumble.
Except for dude
Oh,
Trout.
yeah, right. Except for Mike Trout, but Mike Trout's compact.
Yeah,
Right, he's like Mighty Mouse built, right? He just happens to be the best player of our generation.
Yeah,
You take someone that big, and that's a lot of back movement. You already know about that in baseball swings, right?
Center, though.
And he's out in the outfield. He's running around all over the place. A body that large needs that proper training to make sure that it's good day in and day out. Some people aren't physically built to withstand that at all times. So LeBron had his first big injury of his career, year 16, right? John Carlos has always been injured, and they have similar. They're both built similarly. Is that genetics? Is that maintenance? I think it's both. But he'll come back.
I mean, LeBron's wasn't, to me, as long as it's not a non-contact. LeBron's was a slip.
Yeah.
And into a
ripped his
he ripped something that's something that happened because of the slip.
Yeah.
Like KD was injured.
Yes.
He just drove, just like he had to literally same injury, same team against, or the same team on.
Right.
And Kobe did. All he did was try to drive left, and this shit just popped.
Yeah.
So
KD is in the phone.
Right. KD's also had a lot of a lot of lower body injuries.
I wouldn't
in his
consider
career.
him prone because he still played a lot. Like
It's that calf.
Yeah,
It's the calf.
It's his calf. He sat out like a few. This year was a tough year for him, but
Also,
I just think
point out Kevin Durant's calf. If we put a picture up real quick, point to where his calf is. That man is literally just
he's up and down
all the way down.
I never understood too. Like when I see him in person, his clothes are always short. Like he long as fuck,
right?
But his stuff, his arms go past his he's not a normal built.
Which make you
he's
think
an athlete for sure.
But he's an abnormally.
He's the best player in the league. I don't care what nobody say. You could talk shit about what he did with Golden State. KD is a video game.
Yeah, there's
him
not.
And Kawhi and LeBron are and then it's who?
There's probably hundreds of thousands of people that are built like you, built like me. There are maybe 2 people on the planet that are built with the dimensions of Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Usually humans at that size.
You got to see him in person to understand. Like when I saw Shaq, I'm
is it up
There's
here?
not a lot of Shaqs, man. There's not. Shaq and Yao Ming were the you can't describe seeing them in person. They're just Shaq. I was up. You see the picture I took. I was at Shaq's stomach. I'm a big dude, man. Shaq is huge. Yao Ming.
That felt diminutive.
Yao Ming doesn't look like a normal person.
Right.
Like 7'6", and he's built.
And you saw how it developed, to bring it full circle. John Carter. The big men, you got to take special attention. Michael Porter Jr. has now sprained his knee for...
How's he in the league?
I don't know. The whole family's injury prone. They said his brother has had 2 ACL tears. They said his sister... No, he retired. He's in high school. 2 ACL tears. His sister... He has 2 sisters. 1, 5 ACL tears. Had to retire in college. I'm sorry. How many ACL tears before you quit?
5.
Dog, my second one, I say I had a good run.
Yeah.
And if I'm not already a professional athlete, I get 2 in college, I'm done.
Yeah.
If you get to 4...
And his back all fucked up.
Come on,
Who that?
Michael Porter Jr. for the Denver Nuggets. He's going to miss Summer League. He was the most hyped up person coming out talking about...
As long as D'Amato doesn't see this, then nobody can prove that I said that.
Were you looking forward to him?
Well, look at that time.
Yeah.
28 bunches. So for Rick, we are already done.
Remember, Dion bet the Clippers.
What?
Dion bet that Kawhi's going to the Clippers. Y'all remember that? I had the Lakers. Time will tell. We'll see you next week. It's not.
Ricky Davis said he was already signed to
Ricky
the
Davis
Lakers.
said it, right?
Ricky Davis. Who the hell is he?
Good. All great Rickies think alike.
Come on, man.
EC Sports, y'all.